Sup guys, it's desRow. Oh god. Welcome to Remax episode 15. The webcams are a little buggy. I had a lot of issues with my Skype today. So we'll start with the intros. Harstem, what have you been up to this weekend?
I was at the Home Story Cup.
Yeah? And you had fun?
Yeah, we had tons of fun, man. It was a great event. I think for the players, this one was the most fun yet. And for the crowd that was there live as well. I'm not sure how it was for the viewers at home, as you might not have seen us do as much stuff like, I don't know, playing Looping Louie or whatever, but it was a lot of fun being there, and I'm still a bit sick, and I feel jet lagged, even though I just went to Germany, which is like a 3-hour ride by train away. I feel I'm a bit messed up, so it was a good weekend.
Okay, cool. What about you, Miniraser?
It was quite fun.
It was a lot of fun? A man of many words. Alright. What about you, Chris? Oh wait, hold on. Mini's talking. I see his mouth moving. I think your mic was muted. Yeah, your mic's muted, man.
You're muted, man.
Oh, his reaction was priceless.
I don't know.
Alright.
I had a great weekend. I
Yes.
was Peru with you, and we
Yes.
were roommates. It's still not working, man. Yeah, it's still not working. It's okay. He'll work on it. It'll be fixed soon, I assume. Other than that, Copa America was nice. Peru was nice. Watched a little bit. I watched Home Story Cup when I could, I guess, in between series and stuff. And it seemed for viewers it was a really good event still. I think in every way Home Story Cup was better this time than previously, which is really cool because I think a lot of people were worried that if it got bigger it wouldn't be the same event, like it wouldn't still have all the fun stuff, but it was a really good event. So props to Take for making it bigger and better.
We'll go in detail about that later. What about rooming with me?
Yeah, we had that incident. It's still not working, Manny, by the way.
Well, I mean, besides that incident, man, it went well, right?
It was acceptable, I guess. Yes.
Wow.
The incident.
You didn't well, we'll talk about that. Are we gonna talk about that?
Yeah,
he just tried to film me when I was getting out of the shower and I was half naked on video. And I was like, can you not do that? And you
No, his reaction was really priceless. It was like, you know, like the celebrities when they start fighting the paparazzi and they're like trying to push away the camera. It was super funny. Anyway, but yeah.
yeah, 'cause I was like, hey, don't do that. And then you're like, why? And you're just like, slap it on me. I'm like, don't do that. Are you retarded? And he's like, why? It's no problem. And I'm just like, then I'm like, okay, get this shit out of here.
Well, Mini's still working on his issues, so yeah, for me it was just going to Peru and seeing a different part of the world. It was a lot of fun. I performed very poorly, but it was still fun because I got to hang out with HuK and follow him everywhere. So my weekend was made with that. Don't give me that face. You enjoyed it.
I wasn't giving you a face. I was just looking through my tabs.
Okay.
When you start talking, I zone out and I just start.
Wow, we're like a married couple,
hello?
man.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you. How was your weekend?
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though I kinda got fucked up with the Wikipedia. So it looked like I was gonna play MC first.
Oh, yeah. Go
So
on.
I assumed I would have to beat him twice, or like him and Todd or something. So I just practiced a ton of CVP, and then I had to play Bunny twice.
Oh, what the fuck? That's so
Yeah.
messed up.
Yeah, but I don't think I would have beaten Bunny anyway, so.
Yeah. Tough group. Well, so that concludes the intros, guys. We're gonna talk about Home Story Cup. It was Home Story Cup 10, the 10th edition. They made it special. Was it like in a public building? Like, what was it? Like
It was in a club.
a club?
Yeah.
That had a
place-
pool? Was the pool hot?
No, it wasn't really a pool. It was more like
A
water,
fountain?
you know?
Yeah, a fountain?
No, not a. Yeah, probably more a fountain than a pool actually. So no one actually jumped in there before Parting jumped in there. At Friday and Saturday, I believe. No, maybe only Friday. The club opened for public as well. So.
They
No,
were
actually
like,
Friday and Saturday the club opened for public as well. So that was a bit weird at the start because there were still like a bunch of chairs and they just stood there. There was no music playing, but then it just was like any normal evening at a club, I guess.
So
Except that there was like 300 guys with Take TV hoodies running around.
So was it useful when it came to picking up women, Harstem? Since you're a connoisseur?
No.
No?
Not useful.
Okay. All right. So it was 32 players, lots of Koreans. There was 4 qualified players, and Polt couldn't go, so Petrus ended up playing. And we'll just go down with the matches that stood out the most for the round of 32. Chris, would you like to start?
Well, I had a lot of hope for I thought Kane was gonna do really well. I thought Harstem was gonna do well. I thought Miniraser was gonna do well. I thought Petraeus was gonna do well.
And Lil Bao, man.
And no, I didn't think Lil Bao did as well as I thought he was
one
gonna
of
do.
these 4 players that are actually good.
Oh really? Well,
Yeah, there was.
he had an easier group, I guess. But I think like Group D was the easiest, right? Would you guys agree?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I thought all the people I named were gonna do good, including you guys, but I guess it didn't happen. I have one very big question that was weird because I've been to Home Story Cups, and they've always used the XMG laptops, which have been hit or miss sometimes. But I saw that they upgraded into like these little boxes or whatever. Are they better?
Yeah, they're really.
They are better.
Yeah.
Cool. Because then I would definitely want to, like, one of the biggest things I didn't like about going to Home Story Cup is knowing I'm going to have to use one of those laptops. And, you know, playing, they're not bad. I have one right here that I use when I travel and stuff. But it's not the same thing as an actual PC. If you got really late game or Zerg went like Max, Roach Hydra, or Roach Lean or whatever, it was very laggy at times or like microing against Muta. So I'm really happy to hear that they
And
upgraded.
also, they finally switched monitors from 60 Hz to 120 Hz.
Nice.
So they basically fixed
like,
all the problems. Yeah.
It's like a very, very, very legit. Great. Oh, that's great. Well, I'm glad to hear that. But other than that, as far as the groups, I don't think too much surprising happening. I guess Jockji not making it out would probably be the biggest
Really?
surprise.
I thought Daishi losing to Hasu was a big surprise as well.
Yeah, well, yeah, Hasu doing well in general was a big fucking surprise for me, to be honest. Not, because I don't play EU ladder. Like, I'm with what, like, I can't remember what Smick said in the interview. I saw him, like, casting, playing Hearthstone. I was like, oh, he's done. Like, I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but he's not playing StarCraft 2, so. But he's always been a very good, solid, consistent player, so I was still surprised, to be honest.
My biggest
Maybe
surprise.
You guys know more.
My biggest surprise for me was Harstem losing to Tiello.
Oh.
Not taking a jab at Harstem like I just thought, and not taking a jab at TLO.
Comments, Harstem.
Yeah,
Why
comments.
did you lose to such a bad player? From desRow.
Yeah.
Quote unquote desRow.
I don't know. He played a different style than he played lately. Like, he had been playing a lot of Hydra into Swarmhost, and now it was Ling Roach into Swarmhost, and with some crazy strategies.
So you weren't expecting Dr. Dario's creativity, is what you're saying.
I actually wasn't. Like, at a certain moment I was thinking, like, has Dr. Dario gone too far once again? But it seemed to work out. Yeah, it was very, very surprising, to say the least.
Yeah, your match versus TY was disgusting. Like, Terran, in general, just being very disgusting. How he played? No? You think that was legit?
Harstem's the last guy to complain about Terran. I don't know. I always try to get like a little rise out of him. I'll be like, man, fucking Terran. He'd be like, it's not so bad. And I'm like, I'll wait like a month, not bring it up again. I'll be like, man, I'm having such troubles with Terran. How are you doing? And he's like, oh, I'm doing great. It's fine. And I'm just like, fuck, man, Harstem, come on, give me something.
Yeah,
I'm more surprised that Harstem beat the Muslim here.
Yeah,
He's been doing very well against you lately.
that's true. No comeback, Harstem.
He beat me once in the show match, 3-1.
I think he beat you once before this as well.
What?
No?
No? Didn't he beat you before this as well?
Maybe on the ladder, like a game.
Really?
Alright.
Alright.
He's a Luga lagging. I guarantee it.
Yeah, I'm sure these two played before.
Yeah.
More than this.
Is Ben better now? Because I know he hasn't played in a while. He's always been like a good, talented Terran player because he plays Terran for the most part. But when he practices, he usually can perform pretty well on ladder, at least, in my experience.
I think he got a lot better since he came to you.
What are you trying to say?
that
Who were we
that-
talking about?
the Muslim.
Oh yeah, he got a lot better.
Yeah?
When he came to EU, he wasn't too good. He was
You,
like
you know why? You want to know why?
because he played on NA ladder.
No, because the British accent doesn't work on European girls while it works on American girls. So he's been living the StarCraft life instead of living the life when he moved to EU.
Not too sure about that one, but
I think he before he moved to where he is in the Fragbite house or whatever, he didn't have a PC, period.
yeah.
So he just didn't play NA, EU, or anything. I think he was in Britain for a little bit too, visiting family, and he didn't play. And yeah, so.
Yeah, and there he beat
Now I
Stardust.
think he's really good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Gfinity he beat Stardust 2-1. On ladder he's been doing very well as well.
But whenever I see him doing well against Protoss, I think like, okay, it's expected at this point. You know, like if he beats like other Terran players, then I can be like, oh, maybe he's actually getting better. You know?
Alright, so moving on from Group B. Group C, Miniraser losing to Bunny and then to Bunny again.
Yeah, pretty clear that I got fucked by David here.
David Kim?
Yeah, and the admin, because if I could see Bunny's screen if I looked to the left, but then they put some stuff in the way, so both of the Davids
Nice.
here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, they didn't even put stuff in the way. David just stood there for like the entirety of the series.
Oh, so were you guys playing like right next to each other, or what?
No, it
No.
was a bit away.
Oh,
It was a
okay.
bit away.
I wouldn't even have
It's-
been able to see a lot of his screen, just like the minimap or something.
Was it really crowded? Because it seemed really crowded on stage. Whenever they had to like call up fans
Oh.
to do stuff at the front or something, they had to like walk through the player chairs and computers and like kind of like could desRow walk with confidence on that stage?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow, okay, nice.
No problem. Just he'd be fine.
Yeah, he'd
Sec-
be fine.
Okay.
Maybe.
Nice.
We had a lot of room, the player area at least.
They were preparing for you next year, Chris.
I'm like the smallest person ever. How does that make sense?
For next year.
You think I'm gonna get that big?
Yes.
Oh,
The
okay.
soda addiction is too strong, man.
Great.
Yeah. So, no, but you guys mentioned like Suab's beating Daishi. I don't think that's surprising. I think Petri is failing to achieve anything surprising. But Daishi always seems like a hit and miss kind of guy. Like very, lots of talent, but not super dedicated. Harstem, any thoughts?
On Daisy?
Yes. And that result.
he's-
We literally invite you two guys on here just to cause trouble. Like we're trying to get you to say some horrible shit
Yeah.
about your other Europeans just to cause a rift. for
We,
next
we,
year.
we think
Like,
you guys are too
break
good,
you
so
up.
we want you guys to burn bridges and have no
Yeah.
practice partners.
Ah. That sounds good. No, but I think it was way bigger surprise that Daishi lost to Hasu actually. Like Hasu
Yeah.
is really good, but I would expect Daishi to beat Snoot as well.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
Treus, I don't know, he hasn't been doing very well on the European ladder either, but he's still, I don't know.
Okay.
He seems to be
Yeah.
doing well against Koreans, but struggling against Europeans. I'm not sure why.
I've lost to Hasuhabs a lot.
Yeah.
Does he still play like defensive only, or he's mixing it up now, right? Because
Nah,
for the
like-
longest time he was the guy that always like no matter what he's taking the game to like 20-30 minutes, like win or lose, whether he like does an 8 gate or he does like a very defensive build, he's always gonna take it to 20-30 minutes. Like that's his goal. Is he still that guy or no?
Yeah,
He's
I
still
would say
very
so.
good at it, but I think he can mix it up more now. Like he
Yeah,
used
he
to
can.
never really do the early all-ins, but now, especially, I think if you practice a bit less, what I think Hasu has been doing, you start mixing in more all-ins to make up for your lost macro games, I guess.
I understand.
So
All Protoss have to take risks now too, is what you're saying.
yeah,
Of course.
that too. We have to take more risks as well. There's nothing solid really.
Who else was I gonna ask about here? Grubby. Grubby's been a guy that I think has been falling off for a while, and now in a group that wasn't too hard. Parting obviously gonna make it through every time, but I always see Yoda as like kind of beatable, and Stefano obviously not super strong. But Grubby did pretty poorly. Do you guys think that he's just a streamer now? Is he actually going to be competitive next year at WCS? What do you? Because from my eyes, I've just seen him kind of been going downhill for a while.
I think he's been quite busy with home renovations lately. So that's
Like-
why he practiced a lot before WCS, and he was, rather disappointed that he didn't make it to the round of 16.
Oh, that second season or something?
Third
season,
third
yeah.
Third season?
where he lost to Happy in the final game.
Okay.
And after that, he was kind of busy with just home renovations and maybe not playing as much as he should or could have. But I think he's always a very competitive guy. So we'll definitely.
And he's
see him back
always
in
been kind of
WCS.
up and down, don't you think?
Yeah.
Like, he'll practice a lot for something like WCS, and he'll kind of take a break almost, and just stream.
So maybe he's like a really good specific practice person. So like if he
Yeah,
has
I think so.
WCS, he's really good at focusing and like practicing for like a certain matchup or certain players. But then other than that, in like an open bracket format where you could play a lot of different people over 3 days, he's just not that great for it.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say.
Sounds reasonable. A very surprising result. The last result of round of 32 that's surprising is Mana beating Jakshi. Lost to him the first time, 1-2, but then beat him 2-1 after that. Are you inspired by Mana's play versus Terran, Harstem?
He's
Man,
not- he-
Mana's always had bad PvT as far as I remember.
Oh
No.
Wings. No, he was a PvT specialist in Wings.
But he was never like it was never Colossus or he never made High Templar. That was his thing. Like never in his life. He was always the double forge. I'm gonna get a lot of upgrades, mass zealot kind of guy, right?
I only remember him being a PvT specialist doing very well against Terran in Wings. After that, he dropped a bit off, I think, in his PvT, but he's always quite good, I feel like. And his main strength, compared to me, is that he's very diverse. He has a lot of different build orders and knows how to execute them very well. And he's also, I'm probably a little bit better in the late game, but in general, he is maybe more solid in every build order. I only know 1 or 2 build orders well, he knows 10 well, so...
Yeah, I was gonna say. I remember you did an interview and I was listening to it. It said like as long as you get to somewhat okay terms late game, you're very confident. And I'm like the opposite. If I get to very late game and they have like 10 scans, like and they can just pour on you over and over, and you keep losing obs, I'm very unconfident. But good for you.
How do you hotkey your army?
1 is Zealot Sentry, 2 is Stalkers, 3 is Colossus, and High Templar, and then if it's like late game, I'll switch the Colossus to 1 and just have High Templars on 3, and then 4 is Mothership, 0 and 9 are Observers, 5 is Robo, 6 Stargate, etc. etc.
Ever tried getting 2 groups of High Templar, and you move your 1 High Templar forward and then the other one forward, while moving forward and back with your main army? Because it's very difficult for them to EMP at 2 locations at the same time.
Well, you saying that, I'm glad they got the better computers at Home Story Club, because that sounds impossible with the laptops, but it's
Yeah.
true. Like I imagine doing that with the laptop and just being like, well, fuck, a move. So,
Yeah, but on the other hand, the Terran also has some problems with that.
yeah, that's true. That's true too.
Maybe the Terran doesn't play on Ultra.
Yeah, I don't understand that. How I play on low everything and then
Really?
effects on medium. Yeah, because I don't
Yeah.
want to lag any more at tournaments than I have to, FPS wise.
Yeah, I can't understand how it would lag though. Like, it seems like you could play low on pretty much anything, no?
But no matter what, no matter how good the PC is, if it's on low, it's going to be better FPS than any other
Yeah,
setting,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just always play on low. Besides effects medium, which is what you see like Burrowed Widow Mines with and Roaches, etc.
And that's as far as your computer knowledge goes, Chris. Congratulations. No?
Yeah, no one laughed. See how no one laughed? It's because you make horrible jokes.
Yeah. Alright, man. Why are you so harsh on me? Anyway, run of 16. Not anything surprising. I guess like Saskri losing to Yon. Not making it out. Mini, you think that's a surprising result?
Yeah, I think so. But maybe HuK has been playing in Korea and Saxter's been playing on Europe for a bit too long. Maybe that's starting to show.
Oh, that's sad.
But I'm not sure. But so a few months ago I would have said Saxter is more scary, but now I think I'd be more scared of HuK. Saxter also lost to Blight today, so I think HuK's a bit better than him just now.
Yeah, but we all know what Blight does. Okay. So, and also first getting shredded by Mana and Snoot Harstem. Is that a surprising result or?
I think against Mana it would be 50-50. I'd probably give the edge to First actually, but against Snut I'd always give the edge to Snut. Both First and Snut are players that go for the longer game, the late game, very standard. The more standard the game, the better it is for them. And I think that Snut is almost unbeatable in a standard game, so I would always give that edge to Snut.
Okay. So that kind of wraps up. HuK, do you have anything to say about this?
No, Snoot's still very good, as he has been for a while. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I think also it's very good in the like open bracket system where you can't prepare. I think it gets a lot weaker when you can prepare.
Yeah, it's because he's always played very standard safe macro.
Yeah.
And when if I know I think he's a better player than me, but I know that he's like that and he doesn't do like a lot of all-in builds or anything like that, or a lot of cheeses, I feel very safe playing, greedy, or knowing that I can take a lot of chances myself. So I think that's why he's really good in especially like group stages and stuff where he doesn't have a specific opponent, because he'll just play overall better than most people. But when it comes to individual best of threes, best of fives, that's where he kind of lacks the diversity that he needs, I think.
Yeah,
I hope like fucking Team Liquid coaches or friends of his are telling him this, because I really feel like that's his biggest fault.
Yeah, it seems like it's almost the opposite, like for Chilo, so they should learn from each other.
Yeah, and no one tell them this, because we don't want him to be better.
Yeah.
How are we gonna beat them in WCS next year?
Yeah, both me and Kevin knocked Snoot out season after season. Killing the BlizzCon dream.
Anyway, desRow, do your fucking job.
Yes. Okay, so the round of 8, not much happened. I feel like every result in the round of 8 was expected, except maybe TY getting shredded by Lucira. Like, I don't think anyone expected J-Dong to beat Parting, except Cats, who was very sad.
Fucking Cats, and we were with him at Copa in Peru, and he was betting on the matches, and he's like, "Oh, I practiced with both of them. J-Dong definitely the big favorite against Parting." And I was like, from an outsider perspective, I was like, "I don't think so, man. I think Parting's gonna I think he's a big favorite." But I was like, maybe because you practice with them, like something I don't. But from an outsider perspective, I'm betting on Parting like every fucking time. So yeah. But I think Snoot not taking a game off of Flash is kind of surprising. I know Flash is really good, but
and he almost did it too, like 2 months ago in Toronto.
Yeah, and then, like you said, TY not even taking a game against Lazira, I thought was also pretty surprising. But maybe, I mean, I don't think any of us know too much about Koreans versus Koreans unless it's broadcasted. Like, we don't play Korean ladder, so we have no idea how good they are against each other.
And so the next match was the round of 4. Teja not taking a map of Flash is a little bit weird.
Apparently he has a mental block, is what I heard. I heard Teja's never beaten Flash, so there's a big mental.
Like, he never won a single game. Or?
I don't know about that, but he's never won a series for sure. And then I think it might carry over to when they play on ladder too. Like, he just doesn't beat him, so he has a slight mental block against Flash.
Maybe Teja was like a Flash fan growing up, and then he doesn't want to. Doubtful. Okay.
I don't think Teja's a fan of anybody. He seems like a person that doesn't give a fuck about anybody, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't know, he's always happy to see me, man. He smiles.
Yeah, desRow. desRow. Have you ever heard of the expression, "They're laughing at you, not with you"?
No, hell no, man.
Think about the GOM house, the first day you were there.
Don't be a hater. Oh, yeah, fuck you, man. Oh, you're such a dick. Anyway, Kevin, do you want to know the story, Kevin?
Yeah.
Alright, so the first day I get to the GOM house, Last Shadow and Kaldor are having a fight over Goody, and then Kaldor shoves Last Shadow into a chair, and then Last Shadow gets out of the house, gets the police to be like the, like the mediate or whatever, like make sure there's no more fight. And then I'm doing the dishes. I'm like, what the fuck? Why is there a fight? So I'm doing the dishes and whatever. And the police gets in the house. They turn around, they see me, and they start pointing at me and laughing for like 2 minutes. And then one of them gets close to me and he's like points my belly and rubs it. And then they carry on with their day. And they're fucking Koreans, man. But so that's the story basically. But fuck you, Chris. I can see your little smile over there. You're like, I caused this. I'm enjoying my time. Piece of shit.
That's a good story.
Anyways,
Yes.
moving on.
Yes, moving on. Parting Lucero. Did you watch the game, Chris?
Yeah, I watched most of it. Seems like I think it was like every game Lazira won the build order or got like some small advantage early mid game where it was like, oh, he's got a pretty big lead now. And then it was just like Parting made gateway units and attacked and won pretty much. It was like Lazira had everything he needed. It was like a game on Nimbus. He was way ahead. He killed like 6 sentries or something when Parting tried to take a third base with speedlings, and then Parting was just like, "Fucking, all right, 7-8 gate, here we go, no observer."
Oh, so
like,
he
I'm
pulled
just
the
going
HuK
for it.
then, but
Well,
with
yeah,
better
but he-
micro.
Yes, exactly.
Nice.
And then Laziro was going like, "Okay, I'm going mass roaches. I have burrow," and he showed the burrow, and Parting was like, "Nah, I don't care," and then just fucking attacked and killed him anyways. I guess it was because Laziro didn't break the rocks down. There was always like 1 or 2 mistakes that Laziro played really well. And then he just, or Kongho, I guess, he played really well. And then
No,
he just,
his name is Lucero now. He changed.
Yeah.
oh, back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He changed back.
Yeah,
So
he's
he
like
went-
he's a woman. Well,
Okay.
Yeah, that's-
Anyways, that's sexist, but
yeah.
doesn't even make that much sense, to be honest. But anyways, yeah, I think it was just like a lot of gateway units. There was another game on Overgrowth where he took like a really fast gold base and Parting like
Yeah.
pylon blocked like 4 bases but didn't know he took the gold base. So he literally was like if I was in that position and I like eventually scout the gold base and have 4 pylons all over his expansions, I'd be like, I'm fucking dead. Like when a berserk takes a gold base against me, I feel like I'm gonna just die at any second. But he just played it out and went like, what, blink fucking sentry and then just killed him. I don't know. Parting this whole tournament, it seems, was just he had amazing blinks and that was it. And that's what won the tournament for him, it seems.
To me, this series looked like, when you have that guy on the ladder, you never lose when you feel like you can do pretty much anything. And
Yeah,
you
like
will
he's-
always beat him.
He's just super confident. Like even when he was
Yeah.
miles behind, he was just like, nah, I'll just attack and it'll work out. Yeah, I know what you mean. I used to feel that way about Terrence, but
But then David Kim took
took it away
changed
from
that. Yeah.
me. Yeah. I know that feeling for sure.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me.
So basically, the moral of that story of that match is that the result didn't truly show the result. The score didn't show the results.
What do you mean?
Like Lucero played better than the 3-0.
No.
No.
Early game and build order wise, he always
he
had
just
an
got lucky.
advantage. Yeah,
He got
on
lucky
up-
twice.
Oh, okay.
Maybe he knew a bit how he played as well, though.
Yeah,
So maybe. It
maybe.
wasn't just luck.
Well, but build order wise, he was ahead, and then, well, I mean, he still picked off the sentries and stuff at the Speedlings, the Nimbus game. That was more like Parting fucking up and everything. But he had a sizable advantage, 2 of the games, and maybe the 3rd game too, and then he just lost. That's how I saw it. I think any Zerg player in the position that Kongho was in would feel pretty good, and then he just lost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So about the finals, I don't think anyone would have I would have never put money on Parting to beat Flash, but then he did it anyway. Chris, did you end up watching the games?
Yeah, I watched all the games, and before I saw the games, I would have said the same thing, just because Parting's been doing worst lately, and I think PVT is Terran favored right now, and Flash is just a really good player, but it was honestly it was literally Parting won almost the whole series with his blinks. Like, blinks were just a huge part. It looks like he's fucking hacking the way he blinks. They're like perfect every time. As soon as the shields are gone, it's like it blinks instantaneously every single time. It was, I literally am jealous because I don't think I could reach the level of blinks that he was doing. And other than that, Flash made some mistakes, especially like in the final game. I felt like
Yeah.
he thought it was over, so he was just like, "Oh, I'm gonna just go win in like a winning fashion." So there was times where Flash was like overconfident, and then he just got caught out by force field and blink. And then as soon as you win that fight with blink, you keep chasing, and you get more and more and more, and it snowballs into a bigger victory than it should have been. Other than that, he played okay. Like, the thing is, Parting showed, like, a lot of different builds. He was willing to take a lot of risks. He did, like, some one-base Blink, then Expo Blink, and Proxy Stargates. He had, like, a wide variety. And it backfired sometimes. Like, he had a game on Nimbus that looked like he didn't have a brain, basically. Like, he was just doing random shit. But overall, it went very well for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Parting got quite unlucky twice as well, don't you think? Like, both on Merry-Go-Round and on Deathwing, he went Nexus first against Reaper.
Yeah, that's very true. But on the merry-go-round, the Reaper didn't scout him, right?
But still killed 3 probes.
Oh, did it? I didn't notice that.
And on Deathwing, it killed like 3 probes as well. But I checked, like, normally, if you play Double Forge with Colossi and Blink, around 10 minutes you have like 80, 86, 88 supply, right?
Okay.
Parting
I don't know
had
that,
like
yeah.
Parting had like 68, so it was down like 20 supply. And then he still made it a very close game on Deathwing, by the way.
I was listening to some of Ben's commentary too, and he was saying, like, when I go Reaper versus Nexus first, I feel good when I kill like 3 probes. And I was thinking, as a Protoss, if I don't lose at least 3 probes, like, if I lose 3 probes, for me, I feel that's the best I can fucking do. Like, how are you supposed to defend against a Reaper with a Zealot? And the Zealot doesn't come out until you lose like 1 or 2 probes either. And then if you only lose 3, you're like, fuck, I worked my ass off to only lose 3 probes. So I don't know how...
It was hard for those 3 probes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, it's just a build or a disadvantage, and quite a big one at that. Like, if you lose 3 probes, it feels like your supply dwindles so much.
Yeah.
And
but I'm just saying, like, Ben, he was like, I feel good when I kill 3 probes. I'm like, how the fuck do you feel good? Like, I have a cousin that's 6-year-old, and he
can kill 7 probes.
Yeah, like, it's, what the fuck? Anyways, I'm just gonna complain about Terran every once in a while during this whole episode, so get used to it.
And next week too, we have something special planned. But so yeah, so Parting wins $10,000. Flash finishes second. You know, that's pretty good for Flash. Was he okay? Was he happy? Was he fun to hang out with? Flash?
No, Flash was horrible, man. He didn't do anything.
Yeah, he's known as one of those more boring conservative.
I
know Parting
Very
goes ham,
boring.
right?
Yeah, Parting was really fun.
Yeah,
man.
man.
That's
Parting
fun
is
as well.
He was fun at BlizzCon too. He inspired. The thing is, this is my theory, because he was at BlizzCon. We got a bunch of Koreans to go to the Twitch after party, right? And then like they were all kind of like huddled together as they always do, like sipping their drinks and stuff. But Parting, he was like saying how he wanted to be like Stefano. He kept like humping people and drinking a lot, right? And then like the Koreans see that and they're like, oh, it's okay. And then, you know, they join in. Like, they get more comfortable. But Flash has never been a guy that goes out, in my experience. I've never seen him...
I don't know, I saw Smix's tweet that he was playing poker and he seemed like he was having a good time.
Yeah,
I mean, poker, but that's different than, like, drinking and dancing.
It's the bare minimum at least.
TY, however, this guy...
TY is a fun guy.
He went mental, yeah, he would...
Yeah.
He loved it, man.
Yeah, he was really fun.
He was wearing the panda hat and all, man, he was going crazy.
Yeah.
That's
I
sick.
got a nice picture with him doing the West Side sign as well.
The what? The
You know the
gangsta
West
stuff?
Side, like Tupac? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
That's funny. Did he have a good English or it was just?
No.
No,
I mean, as
But
long
he
as
tried.
Yeah.
didn't matter.
He tried at least.
Yeah, he tried.
So, what was your favorite moment of Home Story Cup, Harstem? It doesn't have to be after hours. It can be within the tournament, you know.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
so
well,
long in the tournament, man.
I was in the tournament for like 3 hours.
But I meant like while the tournament was going on, not after the tournament.
Did you happen to follow Blink's Twitter?
No.
Did you put this on Twitter?
Yeah.
What happened there?
So Blink got into some trouble.
Yeah. So, well, let's just say that someone had an accident in one of the first nights.
So me and Kevin
Oh, I
might...
heard about this.
So me and Kevin might have done pretty bad in the tournament, but at least we didn't piss the bed.
Yeah, we did not piss the bed.
Oh,
What?
I know about this.
Yeah, Chris, why don't you tell us?
Yeah, Chris.
I wasn't even there.
But that's the point, exactly.
I'll
Then you're
read-
telling a story of a story, so you're not reliable.
Nah, you can't say something like this. It's too even for that person who's usually very out. Oh well, I mean, I could just link the Twitter, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not me. I'm just linking someone's Twitter. I'll link it in the chat. There we go.
Wow.
I mean, I didn't say it. There's just a link I'm putting. So
Yeah.
This was one of my favorite moments.
Yeah.
Then we woke up.
He was very casual about it as well, you know?
Yeah. I wake up next to Ben. Stefano sitting on Ben's fin like, Ben, yeah? Guess what I did last night? I pissed the bed. Looking like really happy. Proud.
like he hooked up with a chick. Like, yo, guess what happened last night? You wouldn't believe it.
That's crazy though. What the fuck? I mean, what? How did you guys? Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, hold on.
The way he took it was amazing as well.
Yeah. Not ashamed. Not
Yeah,
ashamed.
What about you, Mini? Well, you need a different moment though. What was your favorite moment of Home Story Cup?
You think I can tell the toilet moment, Kevin?
What? No.
Toilet?
No.
Mm. Like most of the moments you can't tell on stream.
I don't know, and like, just everything was quite amazing, but I think the last night especially was really
Yeah,
good.
that's one especially fun. Yeah.
Yeah. There's just like,
There
too
was
much
a lot
stuff.
of fun stuff.
Yeah.
How was the betting arrangement? Did you guys? Did take care of everything
Right.
or?
Yeah, well, we were put in one apartment, 5 guys in one apartment, for me at least. I was with Leelbao, Daishi, Bling, and Stefano.
Mhm.
There was one room with a single king-size bed. Like, everyone had, like, king-size bed, right?
Mhm.
At least twin beds. So it's quite okay. Leelbao had his own room, then Bling and Daishi were sharing, and me and Stefano were sharing
Nice.
room. And after
Is
the
it-
first night, I guess me and Stefano were not only sharing rooms, but also beds.
Was Little Bao getting his own room because he gets all the bitches, or?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, naturally, like
Naturally.
you gotta be the bro, and
Yeah, like, no, it was like the natural order, you know? He took it.
yeah, and you guys were just like, okay, man. Like,
Yeah, it's like, it's
He
natural.
looks very intimidating as well, so
Yeah.
nice.
that contributed.
Very intimidating guy. Leelbao took the room and took the bitches home, for sure.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
cool though. It seems like a lot of fun. I know I asked Harstem to come on a Remax and he sent me like 2-3 pictures of just people doing middle fingers to the camera. I took that as a pretty good response. Like, I'm like, alright, I'm not gonna try to force him to come now.
Yeah. I asked, like, guys, could you give me the finger for desRow? And they didn't ask any questions. It was like, hey.
Do you think I
Everyone
can
was
show?
really happy too.
Yeah. Do you think I can show the people?
Yeah,
No, don't
probably.
do that. Don't,
Oh, it
just,
was bad.
No, it's just none. You know,
I
won't
don't
do any
remember
with
that.
desRow. It
You
won't
don't
do
you
any.
don't know whose team leaders or whatever are gonna be sensitive or
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh yeah. That's
What about you, Minnie? Can I show yours?
Yeah, sure.
You are very passionate, man.
Oh yeah, nice. Just show it, man.
Alright, so that concludes Home Story Cup 10. Looking forward to Home Story Cup 11, obviously, even though it won't be the same. How do they usually do this, Chris? Is it, what?
It's not gonna be the same. So, but it's
But
kind
this
of
one was special, like it was not in an apartment. But the next one will still be big, because it'll be in their new big studio.
Oh, okay, yeah. Do you know if he's gonna have area for the crowd there or no? Kevin?
There's gonna be, I think, a small crowd area normally, like for a regular broadcast,
Okay.
and for Home Story Cup broadcast, I think it's gonna be quite a big bigger. I think they're gonna, change stuff because they have 3 studios, I believe. But the new location is gonna be absolutely insane. Didn't the guy say that they were gonna get like a pool as well? They're gonna have a gym in there. Like, it's
Oh,
gonna
really?
be really sick. Yeah.
Okay. Okay,
It's
that's good.
it's like 10 times the size as the old location was.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say as much as this was the 10 and it was special, if he was just gonna go back to the normal home story,
Yeah.
that'd be like a letdown almost,
Yeah,
right?
it would-
But if he
yeah.
keeps it as is and like have a similar event to this one, even if it's changing to the bigger apartment, that's really cool. Because I feel like most of the fans, when I went to Home Story Cup, even though they're at the bar below, and Take does a good job of trying to get the players to go down and like drink with them, hang out and stuff. It's not the same thing as being able to sit there and watch every game live.
Right.
So I hope he keeps up that and continues to make that a thing.
Just to talk a little bit logistics. So far there's been, hold on. So far there's been about 2 a year, except in 2012 there was 3. So we'll definitely have one next year. And also I wanted to talk about the project Pimp the House. I know Chris.
Maybe link it.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about it so much, just link it in chat, just in case someone wants to donate.
Yeah. And basically, what they're doing is they're expanding their apartment, their studio, into a bigger one, where it's not only going to be StarCraft. There's going to be plenty of other stuff, and it'll be exciting to see the next Home Story Cup into a bigger place, in a new place. You have any thoughts, Harstem, on Pimp the House?
Yeah, donate for sure. It's for my boy Take.
Yeah.
If you have some money to spare and you like watching good StarCraft, you like watching fun tournaments, definitely give some money to him. He's one of the guys that always always delivers as well. He has always delivered, even before he got a lot of pay for it, and I don't even think he gets that much himself right now. He took a big loan at the bank as well, so he's putting a lot at risk. It's not like he's just gonna use our money and be like, all right, boys, we'll see if it succeeds or not. Like, he's putting a lot of his own credit into it as well. So definitely, if you have anything, please support him.
And one thing that's also cool is it's happening regardless of if the money is raised or not. It's Indiegogo, it's not Kickstarter, so just anything helps. And yeah, what about you, Mini? Do you have anything to add?
No, I think you should donate too, but it sounded so hardcore when Ken said it. If you have any, please donate. Like, yeah. I don't know, you should donate if you feel like it, but yeah.
Anything to add, Chris?
No, we've talked about it for like 15 minutes now. It's fine.
Wow. So this guy's so feisty.
I mean,
man.
donate. Yeah, of course, it's a great cause, but I mean, we've all said that. We're
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Just move on, desRow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk about Copa America 2014, the finals, where once again Chris HuK Loranger let down his fans and didn't win a tournament. No, all right.
Is there a question here or what?
Well, do you agree to this statement?
I mean, yeah, but you know the issues and everything.
Yes, I'm
that
joking.
we had down there. So
yes, I'm joking. So basically, what?
The issues.
So Copa America.
Go down on the issues. What were the issues down there?
Yeah.
Well, when you go play a tournament in South America, it's expected to have shitty internet. So there was a lot of delays because of that. But yeah. And so the finals was delayed on the last day. There was a little bit of spikes throughout the tournament, but it was still pretty good. So basically what Copa America Finals was, it was 3 seasons. You got some points. You made the cutoff, top 8, and you were flown out, all expenses paid, to Peru. I spent like $40 this weekend, and it's because I bought like my dad some cakes and my mom some earrings. But yeah, I would buy
Well, that's
cakes.
good to know.
Yes, I had to share that information. So, and the thing too is, like, there was literally no upsets. Like, well, I mean, like, people expected me to win, it didn't happen, but outside of that, there was literally no upsets.
desRow. Did anyone, let's be real,
What?
did they really expect you to win?
No,
Yeah, I put a lot of money on it.
No, I'm sorry, man.
Thanks, desRow.
Who was your first match? How did your tournament go, desRow?
I lost to Jon Snow, and then I lost to Jim Rising. But I've been streaming too much. Anyway, so there was no upsets, and Cats ended up finishing 4th. He was the local hero, but it was super weird. They were cheering.
The cool part, yeah, this is the cool part. So I've never been to South America before.
Yes.
I've never met any fans down there or anything like that, right? But it's always, the way it is European team right now, it'd be like EPS all of a sudden saying, you know what, we're letting all Europeans play instead of just Germany, right? So probably all the it's still in Germany, it's still German tournament, but they're opening it up to Europe. So the tournament's always been just Latin American players, and now they said, okay, North Americans can play too, right? So I expected all the fans to be like very passionate about the Latin American players. but they didn't like Major, like at all. They cheered for me way more, like not even comparable. You know when you get like some really strong fan favorite player, right? And then you're at some point we were all nobodies, and like no one gave a shit about us. So they would cheer for the fan favorite, be like, "Wow!" You can hear it through the headphones. It's like you're like, "Oh, cool!" And then they announce you, and it's like you hear like a few claps, and like, "Yeah."
Well, there's an easy solution to this. If you could hear them through the headset, you should just forfeit and go home. I think that's the only reasonable thing to do.
That was also a huge issue. Literally,
Really? Oh,
I could hear everything.
Oh, I was making a
Everything.
joke.
Like the speakers are over your head, and you just hear Spanish. And I'm like talking to the admins. I'm like, well, like, if I play like Jon Snow, I don't give a shit because I know he doesn't speak Spanish and I don't speak Spanish. But if I play a Latin American player, like, literally, I hear everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the issues that what I wrote in chat, there was a lot of things like that. But considering the earning potential for the skill level, can't really complain. So it's all good at the end of the day. And the tournament, the fans, another thing, if you guys ever get a chance to go down there in South America, the fans were very, very good. Like they all were like, it was like I was having flashbacks to 2012, like nonstop. Like if you leave the player area and you get stopped once, you're standing there for like 20-30 minutes, just picture, signature constantly. So that was a really cool part. All the fans were very passionate. And it was just fun. It was adventurous because you could get kidnapped. Honestly. Or robbed. Like, it's a very possible thing. And it was, like, kind of sketchy at certain times during my trip. Wasn't sure where my taxi was going. It was like I was having flashbacks to Korea a little bit because I don't speak Spanish at all. And they don't speak English. So you're really running the risk once you get into a taxi driver and you're not really sure if they're going the right way or not. And you have no way to communicate.
This fucking guy. So we go eat by the ocean. It's like a big like mall or whatever. And then there's like the taxi drivers. Like they stay at the top of the stairs because they're like, oh, I'll get him to get to my cab, so I get like some customers, right? And so we go there, and the guy's like, okay. We talk about dollars. We're like, okay, this is gonna be cheap. It's gonna be like $7 Peruvian. And the cab driver hears that and he's like, $7 American? He's like super excited to make like a quick buck off of us. And then Katz and HuK start negotiating, and you could see the fire in HuK's eyes. He was like, oh my god, this is my time. Like, this is exciting. Are we gonna get a good deal? And then so the guy was trying to sell us the ride, because you negotiate the ride before you get on. It's not a counter. So the guy was like, okay, 15 Peruvian dollars, which is $5. And then Chris was like, no, 12. No, 10. No, he was like, no, 10. Like, and then like the guy was like, no. And then like the guy tried to convince us by like showing us like a pad of like Peruvian like strip clubs / brothels. And like he pulled it out of his like lab coat. He was like showing it like this. He was like, let's go. And then he's like, you want to see the goods? It was like super creepy. And then Chris was like, no, okay, we walk. And then we ended up walking out on that guy. And then we found another cab ride for 12 Peruvian dollars instead of 10. Fucking Chris. You have any...
We saved the dollar.
I can see that happening with me too, though. Like,
yeah, it's the principle of the fact. They want to rip you off because you're foreign. Yeah, so...
And you need to be willing to walk away when you negotiate like that as well.
Yeah, you can't be a pushover, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But no, that was super funny. But you know, like the average salary is $250 a month in Peru, in Lima. So everything's super cheap. Everything is sketchy at times, and yeah. So HuK ended up losing 3-1 to Major. Major made $5,000, and let me share a picture of Major. Actually, this is really funny.
Yeah, he looks very happy. And he
is it one with the girls?
So these girls, I didn't like them at all. They're very cold. Like, they smile for the picture, and after the picture is taken, you don't even exist to them. You're an inconvenience. They'd rather stare at the wall than look at you. Okay, it doesn't want to work right now. Full screen. Okay, so this is Major with the TTE Sports Peruvian models that were hired for this event. And Major was like, do I get to take one of them home? and he was like super happy, super happy about it.
What happened is he told us he gets to take one of them home. Like the TT1 guy boss that like owned them, he was like, yeah, so because I won the tournament, he's letting me take one home. I don't know about South America, so I had my doubts. It's like, no way. But he like 5-10 minutes, he kept pulling people over, like, hey, don't I get to take one of them home? And they were like, not even flinching, like, yeah, of course, he gets to take one of them home, whichever one he picks or whatever. I was like, no way. And eventually, like after 10 minutes of him pulling like 3 or 4 different credible people over, I was like, really? Honestly? And I was like starting to believe it, and then it was all a lie, and I felt that. Because I was like, Major, you're finally gonna get laid. This is your time. You did it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Major is an incredible guy. If you have a lot of patience, if you have a lot of
another guy in this hall that got tricked.
Who?
So at Homester Cup, Kevin has
come on, man! You can't just keep.
So this is bad for here. He has a long sleeve shirt.
Should I get it?
Yeah, get it. Oh my god.
I think I can find it. Here, back.
So I can start telling the story. On the back it says Snoop. And then on the front it says Snoop. And there's a picture of Snoop Dogg on the shirt. Then when we're eating, Destiny goes, hey Kevin, why is Dr. Dre on your shirt? And Kevin goes, oh, it's Dr. Dre? I knew it wasn't Snoop, but I had no idea who it was.
Oh.
What the fuck?
You got tricked.
Oh, it's so dumb.
See,
And I...
if it was Nicki Minaj, Kevin would know for sure. He'd be like, I know her. It is her, but...
Why would Dr. Dre be on a Snoop shirt?
Maybe Kevin's just a racist and he thinks all black people look alike or something.
I thought he had an explanation. It was... Dr. Dre has a label, so he sounds tons of people, so that would make a lot of sense.
Snoop's very big too. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Yeah. Good job, Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin was harassing me last show for like 10 minutes. He was like, "Can you ask everyone's favorite One Republic song?" And he wouldn't let go too. It was really crazy.
Like you can clearly see it's Snoop as well. If you've ever seen Snoop, you would recognize.
But he looks weird with the hoodie though.
No, but they don't look alike. Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre don't.
They're very different.
They don't look alike at all.
Yeah.
Did you already tell the story?
Yeah, the story's been told. But if you have the shirt, then I want to see it.
He doesn't look like Snoop, does he?
It looks like
Snoop. It doesn't look like Snoop.
The hoodie, I retract. The hoodie does add some mystery because you don't see the long Snoop Dogg hair.
And no beard. Look, he has no beard.
Oh, he's got.
Yeah, it's like when he was trying to work like in an office.
It's more.
I should have known it wasn't Dre, but it doesn't look like Snoop, boys. It does not look like.
But why would it say Snoop, Kevin?
It looks like it does look like Snoop, but I could see how you'd be more mistaken than if it was Snoop Dogg with the goatee and the long hair and he had a in his mouth. But I mean,
nah, man, no. This does not look like Snoop, boys. Come on. Let's be
and
real,
the Dr. Dre and the like story you had for why it would make sense. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Hey, man, even the best fail every now and then, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and so do you.
So, I think that's pretty much it. That covers Copa, guys. We had a lot of fun, me and Major and HuK and the fans down there and the people. Yeah, nothing too like stood out crazy like you guys. No one peed their bed, so that was okay for that. The last thing we're gonna talk about before we go on to the break is the stage of BlizzCon. We covered it last week, but it just looks too crazy to not cover it again. I don't know, Harstem and Mini, if you guys watched the video. I'll put the link in the group or whatever. It's in the notes as well. It's so incredible. Like, it still blows my mind every time I look at it. It's, oh.
You know who did the stage?
Well, this V Squared Lab HuK company, yeah.
No. The people that designed this stage. Do you know the Rosen brothers from the TESPA organization?
Oh, it's them?
They designed the whole stage.
But why does it say that it's V Squared Lab Inc. that did the...
Maybe they did the video? You fucking return.
No. Along with creating a set design, V Squared Labs was in charge of creating content and system programming that transformed the show. Maybe it was like it's a separate.
Well, all I know is many people at Blizzard. Whenever I said like who did this stage, like who had this idea, who created it, who had the design files, it was them. So
Okay, cool.
shout out to the Rosen brothers for doing a really sick job.
Yeah.
On the stage.
Well, it's glad that they were. Yeah.
I mean, I guess Minnie and Kevin weren't there, so they couldn't experience. But it was really sick. I mean, I'm sure you guys saw it on stream, right?
You were backstage the whole time. You didn't see it.
I saw it. I saw it on the screen. You know,
Oh,
just
the
because
screen?
I can get backstage and you couldn't doesn't mean you can't.
All these flavors and desRow chooses to be salty.
Wow, that's a good one. But it was so crazy. You guys saw it on the stream, right? The moving background and everything. It was just so
Yeah,
crazy, and I feel like this video gives it really great justice because you couldn't see it as well on stream as you can see it there. I know I sat down at the venue to watch matches just because of the stage. I was blown away. But yeah, that's the only thing I wanted to cover. So Kevin is gonna leave us, right? Unless you're like interested to do. No, okay. Goddamn it, you're a diva. All right. So do you have any final shoutouts before we let you go? Before we go into the break?
Yeah, mainly shout out for you for getting me on for only 1 hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And, oh, thanks for hosting the best tournament of the year. Actually, the best tournament I've been to in my life. So yeah, definitely shout out to that one.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, we would have thought I could be flexible, right? But it's okay, Kevin. I'll do anything for you.
Anything.
Alright, guys. We'll be back in just a bit with part 2 of Remax. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned.